All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video. Another half-blind and grayscale video. Yay! 1309. Elo, we're still in champ somehow. I don't know how. We're actually not on the leaderboard, of course. That would make a lot of sense, doesn't it? All right, well, let's hop into queue here. I want the old UI, so we'll do the slash matchmaking trick. And yeah, queue up for NMBZ. And we do get a game here against a Japanese player. We'll start off on round one. Would help to know which side of the road we're driving. The rock wall, the brick, what are the stone wall? Okay, I guess it's not brick. A little stone wall on the right here. Feels European. We have a lot of pine trees. I'm between like Scotland. I think I'm going to try Scotland or something. The road is really wide, which is scaring me a little bit, but I don't know. Can't think of something. It's bulk. It's bulk. All right, a lot of damage for our opponent there. 1772. Not a good start. Whopping around 2. In what I would presume to be Russia, probably. Yeah, we do have a Russian-style bollard on the side there. Can't tell the season, unfortunately, so I guess that means I will just be clicking somewhere here and hedging, and it was south of Pinza there, but we will pick up some points. 556. Any points is a good points, realistically. Round 3. Oh, I can't see anything, man. I can't see anything, man. This is terrible. I would like to see a poll or something. Do you go Indonesia? I guess so. Go like here. Okay, it's a good guess. I thought it looked Sumatran in a way, but I wasn't certain on the country, but we'll take it. We'll hop in around 4 now. In Philippines, I think, with this metal pole here. Looks dry-ish, hard to tell. Banana plants. I don't know, you ever just go around Luzon? I'm not sure what's going on with the map. It's really not showing up. All right, we're making some good guesses here. I hope our opponent doesn't think we're on that sussy business. But it definitely looked like quite dry. A lot of dry season coverage north of Manila there. And we are in Japan here against them. So this could be an absolute disaster. It looks like we don't have anything on this pole here. Can't see the color of these roofs. This one looks a bit lighter. I think I'm going to hedge a bit more south here. And we'll pop a cheeky little this hedge. And it actually was just Chiba there, so good amount of damage for our opponent there. 1484. We're going to expect a lot of swings, I'd say, as we hop in around 6 double damage. Oh, don't know what this is, actually. Can't see the pole. It doesn't appear to be on the top of the... Huh. Ooh, this is not good. I mean, Indonesia comes to mind. Certainly. I think I'm just going Java here. But I'm not really certain that Indonesia even is the country. It is just Java. But unfortunately, it is West Java, so our opponent is closer. A little bit tough. But I'm glad we're getting a vibe for things decently. Round 7. Oh, don't love this one either. Some interesting cabbage here. With some interesting looking houses. SK? I really don't know. It is South Serbia there. And luckily, where's our opponent? In Croatia, which is quite understandable as well. Maybe we had autumn coverage. Hard to tell, really, in the grayscale. But we do have a Bolivia here, it looks like. Wiggly pole. Plus this concrete road. Should be this road out here, shouldn't it? Angle-wise, looks pretty good. And yeah, we'll drop it somewhere here. Yeah, it was all the way out here. That's going to be some damage. Looks like we're just north of that city there. Ooh, if we had 5K'd, we could have got the win. I hope that doesn't come back to bite us here. Round 9, we're hoping for a small country. And it's a country that I don't know. It looks like Norway, I guess. And it looks allegedly south. So we'll drop it somewhere here. Oh. It was Chile. I see. Well, in my grayscale, and that's probably why they GG'd me, because they thought it was over. What is this then? Thailand, I guess, would be my assumption. Very flat agricultural fields. We'll give it a try. And that should be enough. All right. We get the win, luckily, against our opponent there. I'm curious to look at this Norway location. Let's take a look. We get 16 rating, which is not bad, honestly. Or the location that I went Norway on. I see. Chile does make a lot of sense here. From what I could see, this house and like the islands in the distance just kind of looked quite Norwegian, but a little bit of a tough one. Probably should have 5K'd this because I guess it looked like we were north of a city because we have an intersection for some kind of town here. But it happens. All right, let's queue up for another one here. geoguesser.com/matchmaking. And we hop into NMPZ here, and I'll see you guys when I find an opponent. All right, we get a game here against S7 Enzo 1426. So we hop into a difficult looking round one. Romania was the first thing that came to mind here with this metal roof here. Could be getting the climate completely wrong, but we're gonna give it a go. And it was Romania, but east. So get the right country, they do as well. Gonna be 415 points. And we'll hop in round two. And it's our opponent here. Looks like the US with this house, maybe the road as well. Thinking potentially BC. I think I'm just gonna try like a little hedge here and hope for the best. Hopefully I haven't read the climate completely wrong, but I do see a decent amount of pine trees. And I have read the climate completely wrong. It ends up being New Brunswick there. That's going to be a lot of damage, 3170. But it's nothing that we can't come back from as we hop into round three. No parking sign there. Is it the US or Canada? I guess you probably lean. Hard to say, really. Looks quite, I don't know, plainsy to me. I'm going to try somewhere in South Dakota. All you can really use is vibes. Like Ontario would be another guess, because the no parking sign does feel a bit weird for the US, but it's probably the US. Nope, it's probably Canada. And it was Ontario. All right, that's going to be 1,000. And it's not looking good for your boy. Getting back to back. America's around. What is this? Can't see the car blur. Oh boy. I don't think it's Gen 4, right? It's Gen 3? Like, is it Kazakhstan? Is that crazy? It would help if I could see the blur. But I really can't. Alright, I'm gonna... It looks like winter-ish. I'm gonna go for the sussy Kazakhstan guess and hope for the best. Like, hopefully we don't get banned because of this guess. It's just Ukraine. Oh, it's Fall Donetsk, and that's gonna be game. That makes a lot of sense. GG's, we get flawless there. Not the best performance. We played pretty well Duel 1, but Duel 2, we do get the Romania, but let's check out this New Brunswick here. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Guess the Rolling Hills probably just doesn't fit where I've guessed. The Canada one, I did think the no parking sign looked a bit weird, so it certainly makes sense to be Canada. But yeah, looking at this, we do have a Canadian flag there as well, which I couldn't see because I think it was blocked off. So that's tough. And Donetsk makes a lot of sense with late autumn coverage, although I did kind of think it was just Kyrgyzstan late autumn coverage, which I don't realistically hate my guess at the end of the day. But you got to roll with the punches here, and we'll queue up for another game here. Hop into the NMBZ queue, and we'll see you guys when I find another opponent here. All right, game here against sleepysaurus 1343. And we start off in quite tropical looking. Pole is Interesting. I guess I lean Philippines here with this coconut palm spam and the rural coverage, but I don't feel like super confident about it. But we will try it. Yeah, it ends up being Leyte there. Nice. Looks like they're going Zamboanga, which I don't hate, honestly. Don't hate that. Round 2. Looks quite northern, quite cold. 2022 coverage here. Is it going to be Canada or Norway? I feel like I'm going to struggle with these a lot, especially on half-blind grayscale, because you just won't get a vibe. I can tell that it's Gen 4, at the very least. But I'm really not sure. I guess I'm going Norway here, and we're hoping for the best. I mean, it is no multi, so we can lose a lot of points, for sure, but we can't lose the game, which is always good. Now let's see where it is. Yeah, it is Norway, but all the way down here, I thought it looked way more north, but yeah, quite valid, I think. All right, we'll hop into round 3. Can't wait to take a look at that location. In Russia, it looks like. We have some birches here, I think, so shouldn't be too far south. I'm going to try a little Penza here and just hedge for a lot of Russian stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty good guess. Looks like Western Saransk there. We'll pick up some more points, 1535. We'll move into round 4 with our opponent exactly on 1000 HP. In the United States, allegedly. Buildings look brick. We do have front plates, though, which is quite interesting, so... Ooh. Where is this, then? Front plates... We have some pine trees. I don't think they're southern pines, are they? It's like, where do you even go, then? It's snowing as well. Missouri, then? I don't know. Like, trying to piece it all together, and I really can't. Could just be Canada. But I think the urbanness, or like, the way that this urban, what I can see at least, looks more American. I just can't really place it. Wisconsin, okay. Makes sense. Ends up being west of Wisconsin Rapids there. But we don't pick up the game. Round 5, 1.5. In Uruguay, it looks like. Well, it looks like we have... Is that the water there? Might be. So like one would potentially put us on this road, which would make a lot of sense, I think, with the road angle as well. So we'll give it a go. If that is the water, which I assume it is. But we'll see. We do have a Uruguayan kilometer marker there, which is kind of peeking out. But yeah, we get pretty similar guess. Ends up being Santa Monica. But we pick up 16 HP for that. We'll move into round 6. Double. Oh. Yeah, this is not good. My first thought was Kenya or Uganda. This could just be the biggest troll of all time. I'm gonna try it. I don't really know. Like, Brazil came to mind. A couple things came to mind. Trees look like an African national park. It just ends up being Brazil, and that's gonna be game. No, it's not. We're still alive, actually. Ends up being Southern Goiás there. Couldn't really tell how red the soil was. That would probably be quite helpful in that situation. As we hop into this round, looks like 2024 copyright. Looks like Sweden or Denmark here, I'd say. I wish I could see down the road. We'll go Roskilde, I guess. I know, buildings look kind of Nordic to me. So we're going to try it. We're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope. Yeah. All right, it is Denmark. That's going to be game. All right, we get quite lucky there. GG's to our opponent. We'll take it. Let's take a look at some of these rounds here. This round especially. This Norway looked quite far north, but the tree seemed a little short, but I guess it is a pretty dense looking forest. It does make sense to be on the Swedish border here. Take a look at a couple other things. The Wisconsin here. It was winter coverage, right? Like, this is snow on the ground? Yeah, for sure. November 2019. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I thought, maybe this building's not brick. Just wooden, I think. This Brazil round, yeah, soil is very red. That might get me banned. I didn't know it was Gen 4 even. Can't really tell. But, like, this is the most Brazil location of all time. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised if our opponent reported us after that guess. But it happens. We'll move it to the next game here. And I will see you guys when I find another opponent. All right, we get a game here against Globe Eyeball. From San Marino, I think that flag is. All right, Russia probably got some snow on the ground. Let's just drop it here. And does end up being Northern Saratov there, but we do end up being slightly closer, 280 points of damage. We did have some birches there, so I didn't want to go too far south, I think. Yeah, we'll hop into round 2. In Japan, it looks like. Can't really see the pole plate, which is tough. Can't really see much of anything, which is tough, which means a Japan label click is in order. And we'll let our opponent cook this one if they would like. Yeah, it ends up being north of Sendai there, but nice region guess by our opponents, and we'll hop into round 3. Masters 2-player, damn. They are cooking. Okay, what is this? We have a windmill here. Cafeteria. It looks like Spanish accent mark, potentially. So I guess I'm going Spain here, potentially. Let's try it. Okay, maybe it was French. It appears to have been French. I guess the windmill would have been kind of weird for some flat parts of Spain, but... And I don't know what this is. I'm gonna assume it's probably Taiwan, based on how quickly they're guessing. They've gone Philippines there. Okay. I mean, it looked like Taiwan. I don't know. We'll check that one out. Round 5. In Turkey, I would assume... can't really get a vibe for how east or how west this is, unfortunately, though. I guess I'm going more west. Oh. It's Kenya. Okay, GG's to our opponent there. Yeah, not great, not great. Okay, Japan, we do have this, like, reflector thing, which is most commonly found in Tohoku region in Japan, with the gray reflector. This one... I thought it said, like, cafeteria, but it says matériaux, which is clearly French. Alright, tough, tough. Yeah, I'm not sure why they went Philippines on the Taiwan. I guess it's probably because of the concrete road, I would assume. And they just missed the bottoms of the poles there. But yeah, tough. I've just sent... Okay, you guys see the turkey vision, like in grayscale? Like, it's not... I don't really think it's that bad of a guess. But maybe I'm coping. Alright, well, let's queue for one more game here to end it off. That was a pretty quick one. And yeah, hopping in a VZ queue. I'll see you guys when we find our last opponent here. Alright, we get a Game Ends pack here to end off the video. 1331. And we start off in... Is it Singapore? Or is it like some fancy Manila stuff? Well, or is it like ZA? Well, hard to do without a feel for the colors. Yeah, we'll see. I think I've just made a mistake if they haven't insta-sended. Insta-sent. Insta-sended. Wow. Insta-sent. It's Jakarta. Alright. It's a fine result. I'll take that. 15 points. Makes a lot of sense. Round 2. In Turkey, I think. It is extremely flat. All right. Ends up being Eastern Konya. 422 points, and we'll move into round 3. In the US, maybe. Fence looks quite US. Sun is south, I guess. So somewhere down here, I guess. Doesn't end up being in New Mexico there. Are we in New Mexico? We're in Arizona. 324 points, though. We'll take it. And we'll hop in around 4 now. In Czechia comes to mind here, maybe. 2023 copyrights. Could just be Germany. I think Czechia is probably the best hedge for stuff that I think it could be. It just ends up being Germany, yeah. Fair enough. It's a fine result. We'll lose 729 for that. And we will hop it around 5. 1.5x damage now. In... oh, jeepers. Just like... Latvia or something? It's Estonia. Okay. That's fine. We'll take it. 472. And yeah, let's hop in around 6 now. Double damage. In Brazil, I guess. Looks quite dry. So we probably got to go northeast. And ends up being Northern Bahia. Nice guess by our opponent there. Or, sorry, Pernambuco there. 828. And we'll hop in around 7. We're keeping our own here, but it is going quite rapid. And I don't know what this is here. What is our 2019? It looks like winter, maybe? Allegedly. Interesting round. I would say it's probably Russia then, right? It's winter. It's hilly. Huh. Don't know where to guess, if I'm being honest with you. Well. Oh, it's Veneno. That makes sense with the season. I didn't think of that. I was like, I guess I'm just going Novosibirsk. Because it's winter. And it looks like Russia. And what is this? Philly? Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. Going Masbate. Okay, it ends up being Cebu there, but we are closer. That's a good chunk of damage for the Philippines. 3360. We'll hop into around 9 now. 3.5x damage. In... oh, is it... it's Kenya? Is it Kenya? I guess so. Oh no! Okay, south of Nairobi there. Fine. That's fine. We're alive. Didn't want another Turkey on Kenya incident. We'll take it. Round 10 quad damage. And this one's Kazakhstan, I do believe. 2023. I have no idea what the season is. Driving southwest. Guess I'm going here. Okay, that's fine, I guess. 96 points of damage. Could not tell it was summer there, but we'll move in around 11, 4.5. And what is this? Interesting pavement. I mean, I lean Turkey, I guess. Ooh. Yeah. Ends up being further east there. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, it is. GG's to our opponent there. Tough. Tough. Yeah. I guess with this more exposed rock like this, but... oh, it is truck coverage as well. I didn't realize that. Or I wouldn't have sent where I sent, because it shouldn't be truck coverage here. Take a look at this one. Like, Veneno makes a lot of sense. That explains the season. Well, I guess it's spring, but yeah, I could tell it was like the leaves are just coming back onto the trees or they're falling off. So just saw with the hilliness, it looked a little bit weird. All right, well, that's tough. That's going to be it for today, everyone. And where does that leave us off at? 1304, which is going to put us at 1207 in the world. We're first in the Seychelles. Big ups. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.